Saudi Arabia is a land of many contrasts where deserts stretch as far as the eye can see, yet skyscrapers also touch the clouds.
Jeddah Tower, soon to be the tallest building in the world.
Saudi Arabia is making a major push to diversify their...
Have you ever wondered what makes this kingdom tick? I'm sure you're aware of its oil riches and strict religious codes, but have you ever stopped to think what happens beyond those headlines? Well, you're in for a ride today. From sidewalk skiing to camel beauty pageants, Saudi Arabia is home to some fascinating, if not outright weird phenomena that you may not find anywhere else. Join us as we have a look at 15 weird things that only exist in Saudi Arabia. Number 1. The curious case of sidewalk skiing. Picture this, you're cruising down the road in Saudi Arabia, perhaps humming to some tunes, when suddenly you see it. It's a vehicle, but not just any vehicle. This one is tilted on its side with two wheels high in the air, gliding gracefully like a ballet dancer on a stage of asphalt. You're not imagining things. Welcome to the daring, gravity-defying world of sidewalk skiing. Now, you may be wondering if it's even legal, and the short answer is no, not really. But that hasn't stopped adrenaline junkies from engaging in this risky yet oddly captivating form of automotive acrobatics. Usually performed on an empty road or a desert stretch, these drivers push the envelope of what a vehicle can do, often at speeds that would make even a roller coaster seem tame. The two-wheeled stunt requires immense skill, with drivers employing specific techniques to tilt the car without tipping it over. It becomes a dance between man and machine, where balance and precision become key. And if you think the driver is the only brave soul in the equation, well, think again. The spectacle often includes a second act, a person clinging to the elevated side of the vehicle while sometimes juggling objects or waving at gobsmacked onlookers. The wider the performance, the more street cred and social media followers one gains. And in a country where recreational activities have historically been limited, it's not hard to see why young people in particular are drawn to such heart-pounding escapades. Number 2. Camel beauty pageants. Beauty pageants can become a stage for grace, poise, and camels? Well, that's right. In Saudi Arabia, beauty contests are not limited to humans. Camels will also get their moment in the spotlight. Imagine a sprawling desert landscape transformed into a stage where the contestants are majestic creatures with humps, swaying to the rhythm of their own gait, and their eyes adorned with long lashes. It's not only a fascinating sight, it's a full-on cultural event that's steeped in tradition and modern intrigue. Now, you may be asking yourself, what exactly makes a camel beautiful? Well, it's a mixture of factors such as size and shape of the hump, the length and curvature of the neck, and even the camel's disposition. Some say it's all in the eyes. A soulful gaze can supposedly score big points. There's also a scientific precision to the judging, believe it or not, that rivals any Miss Universe or Miss World event. The prize money for these contests can soar into the millions of dollars, making them not only a matter of pride, but also quite the lucrative business. Number 3. Gold dispensing ATMs. Have you ever had one of those days where you just needed a quick pick-me-up? Perhaps a coffee, a candy bar, or maybe even a bar of gold? That's right. In Saudi Arabia, a country known for its opulence and luxurious lifestyles, even the ATMs are a cut above the rest. But instead of dispensing cash, these specialized machines spew out 24-karat gold bars, coins, and even jewelry. That's right, you can literally walk up to an ATM and withdraw gold like you'd withdraw cash at any ordinary money dispensing machine. And you're probably asking, who needs gold that urgently? Well, for starters, gold is more than just a precious metal in Saudi Arabia. It's deeply ingrained in the culture, often given at weddings and special occasions. And let's not forget that gold is also a popular investment, a physical asset that many feel is more reliable than stocks or bonds. And there's also something inherently thrilling about watching a golden treasure pop out of a machine. It's almost like finding a pirate's chest, minus the skull and crossbones. And to use one of these gilded ATMs, you don't need a special card or membership. Most machines accept regular debit and credit cards and are designed to be user-friendly, just like their cash dispensing cousins. Once you've made your selection, the gold is then dispensed in a classy gift box, complete with a certificate of authenticity. After all, when you're buying gold from a machine, you'll want to know that it's the real deal. Number 4. The Entertainment City. When you think of Saudi Arabia, amusement parks may not be the first thing that comes to your mind. Well, it's time to recalibrate those preconceptions. Say hello to the Entertainment City, a sprawling, ambitious entertainment hub that aims to be nothing less than the Disney World of the Middle East. This is not a mirage that you're seeing in the Arabian desert. It's an oasis of fun and leisure, and it's as real as they come. So what can you expect in this massive wonderland? Imagine a land area 3 times the size of Walt Disney World, filled with everything from theme parks and water parks to sports arenas and even cultural sites. It's as if someone took all of your favorite vacation destinations and crammed them into one jaw-dropping location. But here's where it gets even more interesting. It also aims to host the world's fastest roller coaster, pushing the boundaries of speed and adrenaline like never before. Are you curious how it feels to go from zero to heart-stopping velocity in a matter of moments? Well, you'll find out here. And you may be thinking, why build something like this in Saudi Arabia? And that's a good question. For years, the Saudis have spent billions on tourism abroad due to a lack of local entertainment options. And this entertainment city is part of a more broad vision to transform the economy and make it less dependent on oil. By offering a cornucopia of leisure activities, the kingdom hopes to keep those billions within its borders while making Saudi Arabia a global destination for thrill seekers and families alike. Number 5. The birthplace of Arabic coffee. Coffee is a universal love language, but did you know that the Arabian Peninsula is considered the birthplace of this delightful brew? Before the pumpkin spice lattes and the frothy cappuccinos took over the world, there was Arabic coffee, a staple in Saudi households and a symbol of hospitality. Forget about Starbucks for a moment while we go back in time to where it all began. In Saudi Arabia, serving coffee is not only a mere action, it's a ceremonial ritual. Picture finely ground coffee beans simmered in a large pot, the aroma filling the room like a warm embrace. It's often served in small cups accompanied by dates to balance out the bitterness. But here's the catch. This isn't your grab-and-go kind of coffee. It's sipped slowly, often in the company of family and friends. Conversations flow, bonds will strengthen, and before you know it, that tiny cup of coffee has done more than just wake you up. It's also enriched your soul. So what makes Arabic coffee so special, you may ask? Well, for starters, the coffee beans are lightly roasted, which gives the brew a distinct flavor and a more light color. And then there are the spices. Cardamom is the star of the show, but you may also find hints of saffron, cloves, and even rosewater. Each family has its own secret recipe, passed down from generation to generation, just like a guarded treasure. Number 6. Bachelor-only malls. Shopping malls in Saudi Arabia are not only about retail therapy, they're also social hubs, family hangouts, and sometimes, oddly enough, exclusively for bachelors. Yes, that's right. In a land where social norms and religious beliefs play a significant role in shaping the public space, the concept of bachelor-only malls, or mall timings, exists. Quite the opposite of a boys' night out. In a society where gender segregation is deeply rooted, some shopping malls have designated hours or sections where only the men are allowed. And this is not because Saudi men have an overwhelming desire to shop without women around. It's largely due to the cultural norms that aim to minimize mingling between unrelated men and women. During family-only hours, malls are open to women and families, making it more comfortable for women to shop and socialize freely. Conversely, during bachelor-only hours, men can roam the mall without the worry of accidentally crossing social boundaries. Are you starting to see the layers of the social tapestry? Well, upon first glance, this may seem like an unusual and even bizarre arrangement to the Western eye, but dig a bit deeper and you'll find that this peculiar system actually stems from a more cultural sensitivity. It aims to create an environment where everyone can enjoy the public space without feeling uncomfortable or out of place. And believe it or not, most Saudis are quite accustomed to this way of life because for them, it's just another day at the mall. Number 7. The two holy mosques. When we talk about Saudi Arabia, it's impossible to overlook the spiritual magnetism of the country, which holds within its borders the two holiest mosques in Islam. These two places being housed in both Mecca and Medina. Now imagine a place so revered that millions of people travel across the deserts, oceans, and even continents just to set foot in them. It sounds awe-inspiring. One of the mosques houses a cubicle structure that's draped in black silk and gold, and it's believed to have been built by Abraham and his son Ishmael. During the Hajj, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, Muslims from all over the globe come to circle all the way around the Kaaba in an expression of unity and devotion. And let's not forget, this is not a one-time event. The mosque is bustling year-round with pilgrims who are performing the lesser pilgrimage. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be surrounded by an ocean of humanity, all moving in unison, all bound by a singular faith? Well, Mecca offers you a glimpse of that. The spiritual journey does not end in Mecca, though. A few hundred miles to the north lies Medina, and a place where the Prophet Muhammad is buried. Unlike the grandiosity of Mecca, Medina offers a sense of tranquility and peace, accentuated by the mosque's iconic green dome and intricately designed pillars. It's not only a place of worship, but it's a sanctuary for the soul. Number 8. Malls with indoor ski slopes. Imagine you're in Saudi Arabia, where temperature often soars above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You're feeling the heat and sweating when suddenly there's snow. No, you've not been hit with a sudden weather anomaly. You've actually just stepped into a mall with an indoor ski slope. That's right, it is a real thing, and it is as cool as it sounds. It's a winter wonderland mirage in the middle of a desert, and it's the Saudi ingenuity at its finest. Now picture this, you stroll past high-end boutiques, perfumeries, and cafes, serving authentic Arabian coffee, only to arrive at a massive and enclosed winter playground, complete with slopes, ski lifts, and even a penguin encounter. It's not only an architectural marvel, it's an exercise in defying nature and redefining recreation. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel. But this is Saudi Arabia, where the extraordinary will often rub shoulders with the everyday. Creating an indoor ski slope is no small feat. It requires sophisticated cooling technologies to maintain sub-zero temperatures, and an intricate snow-making system that sprays water at high pressure to produce that soft and fluffy snow that we all love. You would think this would be energy-consuming to the max, and you'd be right. But then again, when you're in one of the world's largest oil-producing nations, energy is one less thing to worry about. Number 9. Hawks on a plane. Air travel can be a mundane affair. You check in, go through security, and then wait for boarding. You may see the typical array of passengers, such as business people tapping away at their laptops, families corralling children, backpackers looking a bit disheveled. But how would you react if you saw a hawk calmly sitting on the seat next to you? Your eyes are not deceiving you, because in Saudi Arabia, this surreal scene can be a reality. It is not a deleted scene from an action film, it's just another day in the life of Saudi Arabian aviation. Falcons and hawks hold a special place in the hearts of many Saudis. Falconry is a traditional sport and a cultural hallmark, symbolizing status and heritage. Birds can cost thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, and if you're investing that much in a feathered friend, you would not want to stick it in the cargo hold. Nope, that's why you will sometimes see these majestic birds perched beside their owners, right there in the cabin. While the concept may seem foreign to you and I, it's rather run-of-the-mill for some Middle Eastern airlines. In fact, certain airlines even issue passports for these birds to ensure that they're transported safely and humanely. Can you even imagine going through a passport control where you and your hawk flash your IDs? It seems fascinating. Number 10. Dramatic sandstorms. When you think of Saudi Arabia, vast stretches of sand and arid landscapes probably come to mind. It's only fitting then that the nation serves as a theater for one of nature's most stunning yet terrifying performances, that being the sandstorm. Picture this, it's a calm blue sky one moment, and then an approaching wall of sand that transforms day into twilight. It's like the Sahara throwing its own version of a flash mob. These are not your average gusts of wind that are tossing around a few grains of sand. I'm talking about full-fledged, towering columns of sand that can reach heights of over a mile. And to be clear, the sandstorms are not exclusive to Saudi Arabia, but in a country that's primarily desert, these events are not only frequent, but also extraordinarily intense. And while they may look like CGI effects that are straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, their impact is all too real. Roads become impassable, flights become delayed, and everyday life grinds to a halt. Yet despite the chaos, there's a surreal beauty in it all. The air fills with a dusty haze, casting everything in a unique and almost sepia-toned light. Though sandstorms can be hazardous, causing respiratory issues and affecting visibility on roads, the Saudis have adapted quite impressively. Advanced weather forecasting, public alerts, and sandstorm-resistant infrastructure are just some of the ways the country prepares for these events. It's not only about enduring the storms, but also about coexisting with them. Because in Saudi Arabia, sandstorms are not an aberration, they are a part of the nation's natural fabric. Number 11. Jeddah's Coral Houses. Have you ever wondered what happens when tradition and environment join forces to create something utterly unique? Take a stroll down the narrow lanes of Al Balad, Jeddah's historic district, and you'll find the answer etched into the stunning coral houses that populate the area. It's architecture, but it's also a slice of history, an echo of an era gone by. What sets these houses apart is their primary building material, that being coral from the nearby Red Sea. It's not every day that you see coral traded in for traditional bricks and mortar, but here it serves as an eloquent testament to the human ingenuity. The coral not only brings a touch of oceanic whimsy to these structures, but also offers an ecological advantage. Coral is naturally porous, which provides excellent insulation against the scorching Saudi sun. The exteriors of these houses will often feature intricate wooden panels, known locally as roshan, and these act as both ornamentation and climate control, which allows air to flow through the building while also filtering the harsh sunlight. You could say it's a precursor to modern air conditioning, an innovation born out of necessity and nurtured by craft. Number 12. 1001 Arabian Street Foods. Have you ever bitten into something so delicious that you momentarily forgot where you were? If you've ever had shawarma in Saudi Arabia, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You could say that shawarma is the unofficial street food of the kingdom, but that would be an understatement. This mouth-watering treat is practically an institution. At first glance, shawarma may seem like a simple concept. It's meat, usually beef, chicken, or lamb, that's been marinated in a tantalizing mixture of spices and then cooked on a vertical rotisserie. As the outer layer cooks, it's shaved off and usually served on a flatbread like a pita, but it's also much more than just the sum of its parts. The spices, the garlic sauce, the slight crunch of the vegetables, it all combines into a harmonious melody of flavors that dance across your taste buds. Each bite is a revelation, and you can't help but marvel at how something so simple could taste so divine. But why is shawarma so special in Saudi Arabia, you may ask? It's the authenticity, the adherence to tradition, and the small but significant regional twists that make it a culinary experience to remember. Whether it's the addition of tahini or the sprinkling of sumac, Saudi shawarma vendors know how to elevate the dish from ordinary to extraordinary. And so if you're in Saudi Arabia, let me be perfectly clear, you absolutely have to try the shawarma. Walk down any bustling street and you'll smell the hypnotic aroma wafting through the air long before you see the vertical spits turning. And when you take that first bite, remember, you're not only eating food, you're partaking in a culinary tradition that has stood the test of time. Number 13. Floral festivals in the desert. A desert in bloom may sound paradoxical, but in Saudi Arabia, this oxymoronic spectacle turns into a glorious reality during the floral festivals. Yes, you heard that right, floral festivals in the desert. Every year, several regions in Saudi Arabia host these colorful spectacles, transforming arid landscapes into carpets of color. Now, you may be wondering how it's even possible. It's thanks to the country's surprisingly diverse climate and the ingenuity of its people. Contrary to popular belief, Saudi Arabia isn't only a sea of endless sand, it has regions with distinct weather patterns that can support a myriad of flora. Fascinatingly, some of these festivals showcase not only the locals, but also international flowers. Imagine walking amidst the golden sands, and you suddenly encounter an Eden brimming with tulips, roses, and even cherry blossoms. It's like stepping into a living painting where nature's palette knows no boundaries. Number 14. The Ancient Poetry Competition. Have you ever been to a poetry slam? You may think it's a contemporary concept that's born out of coffee shops and open mics, but what if I told you that one of the world's oldest poetry competitions is still up and running, and it's in Saudi Arabia? The venue is not some dimly lit cafe, but the historic market that dates back to more than 1,500 years, a spectacle that's as enthralling today as it was in the days of old. However, it's more than just a market, it's also a cultural rendezvous, an annual gathering where traders, intellectual, and artists will converge. And one of the main attractions? The poetry competitions, where participants have vied for the coveted title of being the best poet. A vibrant marketplace bustling with activity, and at the center, poets reciting verses that capture the essence of love, war, and the human experience. I'm not talking about mere words, I'm talking about the soul of a culture artfully condensed into poetic form. Now, if you think that this is all ancient history, you should think again. The Poetry Festival has been revitalized in recent years, and it's transformed it into a unique blending of the old and the new. Imagine wandering through recreated ancient market stalls, enjoying traditional music, and then suddenly finding yourself amidst a heated poetry competition. It's a time travel without a DeLorean. There's no flux capacitor needed, just an appetite for culture. But why does a poetry competition command such attention in modern Saudi Arabia? Well, it's because language and poetry are pillars of the Arabian culture. The ability to construct an eloquent verse is not only a mark of artistic talent, it's a sign of wisdom and cultural acuity. And even in today's digitized world, the poetry competition serves as a resounding reminder of the enduring power of words. Number 15. The Kingdom Tower touching the sky. Have you ever stood at the base of a skyscraper and craned your neck and wondered how high that human ambition can soar? Well, Saudi Arabia's Kingdom Tower, also known as the Jeddah Tower, may seem like the answer to your question. Still under construction and slated to be completed soon, this building aims to touch the sky quite literally. It's poised to snatch the title of world's tallest building, overtaking one in Dubai. When completed, it will reach a staggering height of over 1 kilometer and may well be the crown jewel of Saudi Arabia. Now, one may be asking, why go to such heights to build a tower like this? The answer lies in the blend of ambition, innovation, and perhaps a dash of national pride. The Kingdom Tower is not only a building, it's also a symbol of Saudi Arabia's broad goals of economic diversification and opening up to the world. It's not only about steel and glass, it's also about constructing a brand new identity for a nation that's rich in both history and natural resources, and to be honest, it's also pretty cool. The architectural marvels don't end at its height though. The tower's sleek design resembles a shard of glass piercing the sky. It includes several terraces, a sky terrace roughly the size of a football field, and even a hanging oasis that's been inspired by the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. It's not only a skyscraper, it transforms into a vertical city with residential spaces, offices, and hotels all stacked up into one monumental edifice. Imagine standing on one of its observation decks, looking down at the world below, a world that's suddenly rendered minuscule by the sheer audacity of human ingenuity. There's just something humbling yet also empowering about such a perspective. It's a reminder of what's possible when the imagination is given room to grow, quite literally to towering heights. And so, when the Kingdom Tower finally opens its doors, it won't only be an inviting place for people, but it will be ushering people into a new era of architectural possibility, a true testament to how far we've come, and an open question about where we may go in the future.